Welcome to Hi Happs. This is snowing in the winter, baby. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God, it's cold. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's so cold. It's so cold.
17:30, I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
My favorite play of the year was when our 9 out of 11 defensive players were tackling one guy, and it just shows how our defense played together and was one unit.
4 new Richmond white jerseys, black bottoms, black helmets. They'll float it out to Trandle in space, left side, and he's bottled up very quickly. There's a flag coming in, though, and that could be in the area of a face mask as Trandle was trying.
My favorite play of this football season was against Holman, and it was Mason Howard's kickoff return. And the reason why it was my favorite play is because after he scored, that's kind of when all of us knew, and especially myself, that we were going to be really good this year. And then that kind of just set the tone for the entire year. Then obviously we had a really good year.
The run-up and the boots. It's the first kickoff tonight for Holman. Fielded at the 12-yard line to the 15 to the 20. Cutting back across the 25-30, 35-40. There's some room. 50 down the sidelines, tiptoeing inside the 35 to the 30, 25-20, 15-10. He's going to go to the end zone. Touchdown! Mason Howard, 90 yards to the house!
My favorite play this year was the Stevens Point 2-point conversion because it was the seniors' first playoff win.
On the road. Trailing 21-20, double wing formation. There's the crisscross to Carson Bovey. Bovey straight. He's got it. Yes. Shy High wins. Shy High wins. They rush the field.
2-point conversion.
And the Cards with the dog pile on Gerke Field. Can you believe it?
My favorite play of this football season was a pass to Judah Dunham for 72 yards. It was right before half, and it gave us the lead going into the second half. It was to one of my best buds, Judah, and it was one of my favorite plays.
Surveying the defense, calling out instructions to his receivers. Now takes a waist-high snap. Back to pass, Warwick stands over the middle, looking for Judah Dunham. He's got him in the 50. Oh, this could be it. 45-40. He's going to go all the way. 20, 15, 10, 5 to the end zone from 72 yards out. Judah Dunham with 6.
My favorite play from this year's football season was probably Gavin Goodman's pick 6 against Hudson, because it was a big momentum changer, and it helped us win that game.
Pass, the senior has a clean pocket, still retreating, floats it deep down the left sideline. It's picked up at the 20-yard line. 25-30, 35-40 down the sideline. 45-40, Gavin Goodman to the 30. That's 30, a touchdown. He's going all the way. 10, 5 to the end zone. Touchdown. Yes. A pick 6 for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals.
Look, have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Don't let my heart turn cold. Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Don't let my heart turn cold. Have mercy on many men, many.
Our first candidate for Mr. Shy High.
Yeah, I'm Trayson Bovey, grade 11.
And tell us, Trayson, of 11th grade, what makes you think you deserve to be Mr. Shy High?
Well, before I answer that, I'd like to start off by saying I'm truly blessed to be here. This is truly a God-given gift. Not in a million years I think I would be competing for Mr. Chi High. Now back to your question. Why do I think I should be Mr. Chi High? Well, I really just came from nothing. I ain't perfect at all, but I've been through it all, and I got plenty more to go through. So if you'd like to go through it with me, grab my hand, let's go. If not, I wish you the best.
No more, 'cause I got it on me. I got it on me. I got it on me.
Beach, yeah, baby in the sun like the Teletubbies. Singing low while I pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. I'm always at the guala, yeah.
And our second candidate for Mr. Chi High. Would you like to tell us about yourself?
I am the Gabe Vargas, and I don't need an introduction.
Tell us, what makes you think you deserve to be Mr. Chi High?
I am the definition of Chi High. When you think of a sporting event, you think of me leading the crowd. When you think of an assembly, it's me up in front speaking. When you go to your music events, I'm first chair alto sax. When you see, I am the definition of success. I'm the definition of Chi High. I am what you think of when you think of Chi High. You think of Chi High, and then you think of Gabe Vargas. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Gabe.
Thank you, and thank you all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby in the sun like the Teletubbies. Singing low while I pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. I'm always after Guala, yeah, and you are not bad. Beat, keep on going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
And we have our third candidate. His name is
Nathan Rivas, grade 11.
And tell us, Nathan, why do you think you deserve to be Mr. Chi High?
Well, you know, Trayson Bovey's been saying that he comes from the slums. But you know, I built this body out of stone. And one thing little people know about me is that I come from a duplex, and it was almost a group home. So you know what I mean? I came from nowhere. And I'm so Chi High, I don't even talk to other people from other schools. So you know what? If you want to join me, grab my hand, and we'll be at the top of Chi High with the mighty Cardinal, if you know what I mean.
Thank you for your time. And we have our fourth candidate for Mr. Chi High. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Wes Tanzer, grade 10.
All right, sophomore, awesome. Yeah. So tell us, Mr. Chi High, is that you? What makes you
Sure
think,
is.
What makes you think you're Mr. Chi High?
Well, first off, I like to start by saying that I'm sponsored by BAMF. It gives you a nasty pump. It is a great pre-workout that you guys should take. Code WES.
All right, thank you.
And I have more.
Oh, okay.
Well, many people say that I look like Chris Bumstead, who is Mr. Olympia, which I would have to agree with them, but to a point.
Okay.
I think it's a bit of an understatement.
Understatement, an understatement. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
So you're gonna be our Mr. Chi High and also future classic Mr. Olympia champion?
I think so.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Look, if you had one shot, or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it? Or just let it slip? Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already.
Ron, where are you? Where is Ron right now?
In today's game, I'm going to be facing Ron Quinez in a game of basketball, 1st to 3.
Break squad. Break squad.
today's battle, you guys already know I came out on top. Shout out to AA Ron Quinez. If you ever want to run it back again, I just want to let you know that I own you.
Yeah, baby. I want you to be mine again, baby.
Why are buildings called buildings if they're already built?
Because English is stupid.
Are you sure?
Yeah. That's the best I got.
Okay.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Chicken,
Why?
because I said so.
Okay.
If a bald guy took a shower, would he still have to use shampoo?
No.
No.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
13.
13.
How many drops are in a water bottle?
200.
Thank you.
How many teeth does a monkey eat a day?
How many what?
How many teeth do a monkey eat a day?
32.
Thank you.
If a stop sign was green, would you still stop?
No.
No.
Do prison buses have emergency exits?
Yes.
Yes.
Why do they make sandwich meat round if bread is square?
Because so you can have more of it. I don't know. Right, I don't know the answer.
Something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If there's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. If you're seeing things running through your head, who can you call? An invisible man sleeping in your bed. You think you're gonna win tonight? Oh, who you gonna call? I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Who you gonna call? If you're all alone, pick up the phone and call.
Some water. This one's kind of hard to grab. Okay. The next one is to crack the eggs into the bowl. Yummy. Now we have to stir until the until the batter is completely stirred up. So it's kind of hard to find. Can't see good. now we are going to toss it into the pan and bake it at 350 degrees for I don't know how many minutes. There's an eggshell. There's an eggshell. Looks delicious. And scene. I made a disaster. I thought I did good. Are finished, and we will be putting sprinkles on them. They're still very hot. Got to pat them down in there. Perfect! Yummy! What do I say? Yeah. I'm testing the brownies. Not hot yet. How come? Delish.
Good evening, Cardinals. My name's Bo Peterson, and today I'm joined with Mrs. Bergen. We're going to be talking about agriculture and some of the classes she teaches. All right. If you were a student at Chi High today and interested in agriculture, what are some classes you would find most beneficial?
Well, the first thing when you think about agriculture is you got to think about what part of agriculture are you most interested in. Because at Chi High, we have classes that would line up to one of those directions. So if it's animal related, we have different animal classes such as large animals, small animal management, horses, vet science, animal science, which is our college transcripted class. If you're more into plants, then maybe you should be taking like plant and soil science, greenhouse management, classes like that. And then through our natural resources area, you can take classes such as wildlife management, aquaculture, or natural resources class, which is one of our science equivalent classes. And then let's not forget my favorite class to teach, which is food science, and that we have a whole pathway in that area as well. So when you want to take ag classes, or if you're interested in ag, you should definitely think about what part of it is your interest and then go that route.
Definitely, yeah. I agree. There's so many different outlets you can take with agriculture that I feel many students undermine and underlook. I feel it's a very kind of casted over area by much other classes like art and science, and a lot of these other electives kind of take the thunder away from agriculture. sense.
Yeah, I think it's something that even consumers every day just don't even think about.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, most of us are fortunate enough that we have 2 to 3 meals, maybe some snacks a day. Well, that's all the ag industry, you know, for that. Or the fact that we have clothing that does things, you know, if they're natural fiber clothing, that's the ag industry that does that. Or like our building materials, as most of our homes are wood structured, like we have to have forest products in order to build those things. So I think it's very easy to overlook ag because it's literally everywhere around us and we use it every day. That, and then another misconception might be that it's just so simple, but the reality is that it's not. It not always is, and there's so many details and processes and whatever that are happening that the average person has no idea why I get to wear a cotton zip-up sweatshirt at school. Well, that's because of the ag industry. So,
And kind of building off of that, I know you're an advocate for the FFA. Could you describe some of the roles you have to partake in and some of the things that come along with that?
absolutely. So, part of being the ag teacher, it's an automatic thing that you are the FFA advisor as well. It goes with our job because FFA is our agricultural organization. You can't have FFA at any high school in the nation unless you have an ag teacher teaching ag classes. So they do go together. And our predominant audience for students in FFA are our students in our ag classes because those are the ones that are going to do the little bit extra further activities that we do in FFA that's going to benefit them as future agriculturalists in whatever ag career they go into. In FFA, we kind of have 3 core, like, you could say projects or like missions. And the 3 things we strive for in FFA is to develop leaders, because reality is like teenagers, you all are going to be in a leadership role of some sort, whether it's in your own home, in where your workplace, maybe it's in politics, but you're all going to have to make leadership decisions at some point. So we try and develop leaders. We try and serve our communities. So like half about of all of our activities in FFA are community service orientated.
Wow.
And then the third area we do is we want to strengthen our ag industry, whether it's on the local, state, or national level. So those are kind of our 3 core areas that everything we do in FFA relates to one of them.
And I know that in some of your classes there are certificates and certain pathways that you can take after which. Could you describe some of those certificates, like from animal management?
Yeah, so in large animal management class, half of the class, and Bo, you know this because you took the class,
Yep.
you know, last year. Was it only last year, I think?
Yeah, junior year.
Okay.
Yep.
But half the class we spend on the dairy industry, which makes sense. We're America's dairy land. We have to teach about that. It's the commodity that's produced the most in Chippewa County. And if you didn't know, Chippewa County is the 5th highest producing county in dairy, aka milk, in the state. So it's an important thing for us. So we spend half the class on it, and then the curriculum that we follow in that class will prepare students to test and earn what is a dairy herd management certificate through a group out of Pennsylvania called the Dairy Leaders of Tomorrow. And it's a nice little extra thing that students can, any student can put it on their resume as an extra thing that they did in their education, whether they're going to go work on a dairy farm or not. The other reality, though, is that if you're going to be in an animal-related job setting, if you can go in and say, hey, I have this extra thing I did in high school, that makes you more competitive against other people when it comes to getting a job later. So that's one of the things we do. We have a couple other certificates that students earn here and there as more independent studies, but that's the one we pull more students through the most.
And being a student of your classes for a couple of years now, there have been many instances outside of class that I've used your material that you've taught, and I was just wondering if you could delve more on the importance of teachers acknowledging information that they know their students can use outside of the classroom.
Yeah, that's honestly my favorite part of teaching the content that I do is, you know, ideally, my ideal thing is that if every kid in all my ag classes, if I could keep them in an ag-related career in the future, that would be like the dream world. The reality, that's not going to happen Okay?
Yeah.
But if I can't get you into an ag career, I want you to be an educated consumer.
Mhm.
So like in food science, when we talk about these labelings on food packages,
Mhm.
well, what the crap do all those mean? They can be super confusing to consumers, but if you know that this one means absolutely nothing and is just a marketing thing, well, you don't have to pay extra for that. Or, you know, how, you know, in dairy animals, you know, we need to have the dairy cow have a calf every year or she's not going to produce milk.
Mhm.
The average person has no idea about that. Or, you know, when we're trying to grow other plants and other protein sources more sustainably, say through hydroponics or aquaponics, how does that actually work? How simple actually is it that you could literally do this at home on your kitchen counter? You know, stuff like that, that I really like, because if I can have a student be like, I already know that because I learned that in my ag class and it's something that does relate to the real world, absolutely. And then you know as a student that you have more respect for those lessons and activities you do in the classroom when your teachers say, this is how it is in the real world.
Mhm.
So absolutely 100% yes.
And yeah, there are, I mean, I can recall back to several times where you say, like, hey, this, you can use this outside of school, like in landscape design, how, hey, if you want to increase your market value and all these little things that, you know, I feel are very underlooked by a lot of other teachers.
Is that even if the other reality is that in the ag industry, because we use ag all the time, some might say it's easier for me to mention those things for class. So it's not to say that like every teacher can't say those things. Reality is you're using stuff you learn every class in the real world. You are. But it's easier for me in the ag industry because you're eating, you have that clothes, you live in a house, you know, like when you brought up the landscaping part, how that improves your property values. By having a well landscaped home, you know, those are just things that's part of us, so we get to have those things.
Definitely. Well, this has been our segment on agriculture and its many benefits. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Mrs. Bergen?
Thanks for having me. And like I said, the ag classes are open to all students from all backgrounds, whatever your interests. You know, pick one that sounds interesting, try it out, and see if you like it.
And being someone that never really thought I'd get into agriculture, I gotta say you must try the classes. It's eye-opening what they can provide for you in terms of pathways and future careers.
There have been lots of crazy world records over the years, some for amazing feats of engineering and some for stacking coins. We have found the simplest and strangest things you never knew were true world records. We'll be attempting 2 different world records today. Let's see if we can't break one of them.
So after 30 seconds, you were able to build this little tower.
Yep.
Are you proud of yourself?
Very.
Good job. Thank you. My final attempt, a little less than a meter. I call that a win.
I say right foot creep, ooh, walking with that heater. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see you. Catch them bad, walk down, face them with the heater. The devil under your feet, you on your way to see him. Stretch me when I can't sleep, bang on when I see you. Play with with me, you can't sleep. We gun into the seashore. You won't have no case rearrange your shape soon as they face you. You won't have no space, we in your section till we spray you. Put your mess on, they coming out. Soon as they close that door, we just gon' walk down. They say we